Hello friends, it's This Week on Blu-ray and DVD plus on demand. I'm your host Thor Diakow. Let's take you through another list of great films and others not so great. But we'll start with the fantasy epic Warcraft from director Duncan Jones, of course the son of late great David Bowie. And you know what, I really had a soft spot for this movie. I thought it was satisfying for the genre, had a lot of cool effects to it, and just great characters all around. So the peaceful realm of Azeroth stands on the brink of war as its civilization faces a fearsome race of invaders, orc warriors fleeing their dying home to colonize another. There's a portal, there's two worlds connected, an army faces destruction, the other faces extinction. Yes, it got a little bit convoluted, I admit, but it was gorgeous to look at. Great visual effects, of course, based on the hit computer game franchise, but I thought, you know, there were so many things that could have gone wrong with the Warcraft movie, and it's always hard to adapt a game onto the big screen, but I thought the effort was valiant. I enjoyed the characters, even though the story we've seen, you know, time and time again, but man, the look of it was just gorgeous. So some interesting twists and turns in this one. The Blu-ray as well is loaded with great bonus features that give you awesome insight into the production. So I really support it. Did have its flaws, but ultimately watchable, and one for the collector in you if you like these fantasy genre picks. There you go. Warcraft leads the way. We're talking comedy next with Central Intelligence. You can get the unrated version on Blu-ray. This stars Kevin Hart and Dwayne Johnson, and Amy Ryan's also a scene stealer in this. Now, this story follows a one-time bully geek played by Johnson, who grows up to be a lethal CIA agent. He comes home for his high school reunion, and then he sort of gets his old buddy Calvin, who's played by Kevin Hart here. He's an accountant now who misses his glory days, sort of recruits Calvin to help him taking down some bad guys. So the two get caught up in a world of shootouts, double crosses, and espionage. Now, some of the script issues aside, these two have great chemistry together, so the kind of character foil that they represented with, you know, the two of them working together, it's a dynamic duo, I have to say. So it coasts nicely on the charms of them. There's some well-staged action, I should say, but it really rests on the shoulders of Johnson and Hart, who respectively and separately between them are charismatic, but when you pair them together, it is comedy gold, I tell you. So the Blu-ray features include director commentary, a gag reel, alternate scenes, the linorama, and of course you can get the unrated version, which is a couple minutes longer than the theatrical version and has a couple of great bits in there. All right, let's go to The Shallows now, courtesy of Blake Lively. I thought one of the worst films of the year personally. It did get some decent reviews from people looking for that schlocky B-movie sort of horror flick, but this one she plays a surfer attacked by a great white shark just 200 meters from the shore of a secluded Mexican beach. This is why you always use the buddy system when you're surfing in shark-infested waters. So she faces off in the ultimate contest of wills. My biggest problem with this movie was the look of the shark. It looked horrible, so it really suffered in the digital visual effects department, I should say. So I was never scared or had any tension because I thought the shark just looked so cartoonish. I mean, Blake Lively, she's quite formidable and she has to carry most of the movie. I'll give her credit for that. And it is kind of cool to see all these kind of scenarios she gets into with being stuck on this rock and devising a plan of how she's going to get back to shore. So that I could see was kind of cool, but it couldn't sustain my interest for the entire movie. There's actually a gull in there that... See, look at the shark. It looks terrible. Sorry. Oh yeah, the shark's gonna get him. Oh no, very predictable. But the Blu-ray and the DVD has bonus features, including bonus material, deleted scenes, 4 behind-the-scenes featurettes that look at the production of the movie. I don't know. This one for me was a pass, but Blake does an admirable job. All right, now we talk about the creepy world of high fashion with Nicholas Winding Refn, the director behind Drive and Only God Forgives. This is a stylish noir horror flick. I don't even know how you describe it. It defies all genres. Basically, Elle Fanning is an aspiring model. She comes to the big city and finds out that it's just as vicious and competitive as she thought, even more so. I have to say, the plot is a little thin on this movie, but it's gorgeously shot. Such a great style, awesome soundtrack. You look at these stark visuals, so I really enjoyed that. The ending of this film, the last 15 to 20 minutes is bat bleep crazy. It's almost worth your patience. I will say it is worth your patience to sit through some of the meandering parts of the plot to just get this wacky ending that is completely over the top. So there you go. It's my recommendation. Elle Fanning is awesome on screen, and when she is under the tutelage of a visionary director like Refn, man, the results are sometimes downright creepy and fascinating. So there you go, the Neon Demon. A lot of surprises in this one. You've also got some cameos from Keanu Reeves and Christina Hendricks. Yeah, this just gives you a taste of what's to come. Let's go back to the comedy genre now. Mike and Dave Need Wedding Days dates, and this one was crass, lewd, crude, and just full of tired old gags. But basically, you've got hard-partying brothers Mike and Day, played by Adam Devine and Zac Efron. They place an online ad to find respectable dates for their sister's Hawaiian wedding, but instead they find themselves out-hustled by an uncontrollable duo played by Anna Kendrick and Aubrey Plaza. This is apparently based on true events, too. I can't believe this was anything remotely close to true, but yeah, it's the perfect marriage of over-the-top humor and outrageous fun, as per the tagline. For me personally, though, these guys deserve a better script, and I think some of these gags were just stale and tired. And these two ladies, too, they're awesome as well, but in the hands of this movie, just came across as really trite and cliched. A lot of bonus features, though, about 90 minutes of outrageous content. This one, though, was a pass for me. All right, now, we saved the best for last, arguably. Hunt for the Wilderpeople. This comes to us from New Zealand filmmaker Taika Waititi. He is currently working on the third Thor movie. He also gave us that great mockumentary, What We Do in the Shadows. This is one of the best films of the year. Very funny, so much heart, such originality, and a great breakout performance here from Julian Dennison, the young boy there, who's a bit of a misfit. His name is Ricky, and he goes into foster care with a lovely couple in the New Zealand countryside, but tragedy strikes, threatening to ship him to another home. He goes on the run with his grumpy foster uncle, played brilliantly by Sam Neill. Sam Neill is aging like a fine wine, I tell you. This was so whip smart, had such a great sense of style and flow to it, has an awesome soundtrack, and it's rare that you see such a gem that is a completely original creation. Loved every single minute of this movie. The bonus features include a behind-the-scenes featurette, a blooper reel, director commentary with Taika, Sam Neill, and Julian Dennison. Do not miss this one. It is a keeper. It's great for the entire family. So much heart, and again, an amazing performance from young Julian Dennison there. And when he's working with the wisdom and the experience of Sam Neill, it is just masterful, I tell you. All right, there you go, people. That's it for this week. I am Thor Diecow. Check me out on Twitter at Thor Diecow. Let me know what you thought of these titles, or if you have any recommendations, and we'll see you next week on BreakfastTelevision.ca.